Hello everybody, welcome everybody to LABLect2 of course Artificial Intelligence and Big Data. My name is Professor LABLect2. In this LABLect2 section we will focus on the introduction to Python, which is fundamental to working with big data and AI. Python is an essential programming language widely used in artificial intelligence and big data application. Its ease of use and the powerful library make it to go to choice for both beginner and professional in this field. Why Python for AI and big data? This is the big question we are going to answer. Python offers a wide variety of library such as NumPy, Pandas, which is used for data manipulation, TensorFlow and PyTorch for machine learning and deep learning, Matplotlib and Seaborn for data visualization. It has a simple syntax which allow focusing more to solving problems than getting bogged down by complex syntax, making it easily useful in handling large dataset and developing AI algorithm. The library which I mentioned, like NumPy, Pandas, we will touch not in this lecture, later on in the data visualization and data analyzing. But before we touch those library, I'm preparing a lecture as a very simple but fundamental for who doesn't know Python. So the good news is if you don't know the Python, through this lecture you will learn. And another good news is for those students who already knows Python, I am going to add many fundamental concepts here which are useful for those students as well. So if you know Python, still this lecture would be very useful. As a lab objective, as a lab lecture, by the end of this section you will be able to write simple Python script to handle data. You will able to use essential Python library to process and analyzing data, and this would be later on will help you understand how Python can be applied in the context of AI and big data. This is very important. So let's dive inside the lecture more. So in this lecture I will have a three part. The first part I will go the concept little bit, the basic information, not to the code. In the general, why Python programming, what is the Python programming, very short history of Python programming, and then for hands-on exercise, which is our main target, and many other sections in coming weeks we will touch. You need to know Python. So the problem is, if you don't know the Python, if I directly touch to that part, that's gonna be some problem for you. So I try to make a little bit information and some little bit practice about the Python before we dive into main part of our libraries, which is used for AI and big data. To learn more about the Python, I try to use some specific techniques to teach the Python library. I divided two parts because we had a many discussion. One program, any AI and big data program, including the data structure plus algorithm. You may remember from the lecture slides. So now I brought that concept here. Even when I am teaching the Python, I am using that concept. Wonderful. Some of you already know the Python, already participated too many classes, but maybe never you touch Python from this angle. So that makes very interesting slides is going to come. So I will divide it, teaching Python two parts. One part dealing with how Python manage the data. And there is a two concept, data structure and data type. Can you please pause the video and tell me what are the difference between data structure and data type? Can you tell me? Think about for a few seconds. Pause video, please. Okay, you already paused the video. You thought about what is the data structure and data type. So big question is, what is the data type and data structure different? So when we are talking about the data, both has a data, right? This is data, but this is a structure of data. This is type of data. So we will discuss inside. Very interesting topic. And then we will dive into another section, algorithm, because you may remember I already covered algorithm part. So what algorithm included? So we will talk. The Python has to implement many function, many tools. To implement the algorithm, you need to learn. So whatever I am going to teach today about the Python, which is very interesting, that I divided two parts. Some coding, which is related data structure and data type, and then I explain what are the difference between data type and data structure, and later on I'll touch to the algorithm in Python. So this is very nice, which going to explain in the coming slide. And at the end, I little bit talk about the coming hands-on exercise. So to let you know, to well prepare about that. So by the end of semester, after learning Python, what gonna be cover these classes? Based on the syllabus, you may saw many sections like data visualization and data analyzing, like deep learning, and like big data processing. So I will little bit talk about that one to let you prepare your mind. That practical part, which I call hands-on exercise, which cover which sort of categories. So not only in this slide I try to teach some basic of Python, but also I will touch those agendas to set your mind. Okay, let's continue. So we are talking about the lab lectures. Remember, this is not the lecture. This is, although I am talking about theoretically and then go for practically, but the reason I call it lab lecture because everything related to the practical point, not pure theoretical. So introduction to Python. Today we are starting our journey into the world of programming. We'll be learning about Python, one of the most popular and beginners friendly programming languages. This course is designed for those who are never programmed before. So don't worry if you are new to all of this. By the end of today, you will have a solid understanding of what Python is and why it is so widely used. So what is the Python? Python is the high language programming language, right? Is a high level programming language. As I mentioned before, when we have a computer here in the cyber world and we are standing in physical world, right? For instance, this is the cyber world, this is the physical world. So as I mentioned before, we are going to interact each other. When the program in cyber world is close to the human, to the physical world, we call it high. So when far from human means low. So close to human, high, low, to the pure machine means low level. So Python is a high level. What does it mean? When you say hello, how are you? The computer is say like that. This is very similar to human talking. So that's why they call it high level programming language. So low level programming language like what? Can you tell me? Please pause. Okay, now remove the pause. Low level programming language like C or assembly. Okay, it is also interpreted meaning that it doesn't need to be compiled before it runs. So means this high level language, that means we don't need to to be compiled before run it. So this is make the Python code is executed line by line, which makes it great for beginner. It is used for a wide range of tasks, for building a website, automating tasks, for analyzing data, even powering artificial intelligence system. The best part is that the Python is simple syntax, make it easy to learn, even if you are never written a line of code before. So this is the point. Why learn Python? So why should you learn Python? This is the big question. Answer: Python is one of the easiest programming languages to get started with. Its syntax is simple and clean, which allows you to focus on learning the core concept of the program without getting bogged down by complex syntax. Python is also highly versatile. It is used in a web development, data science, automation, and much more. By learning Python, you open up doors to a wide range of career opportunity in the various industry. So this is the very important point which you need to know. Let's talk about the Python feature. Regarding the Python feature that let's look at some Python key feature which I highlighted here. One is the here as you see, let me use this one. Okay, this is open source and free to use, meaning you can download it, use it, and even contribute to it without paying a cent. It is a cross-platform, so you can use it on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux without having to rewrite your code. So this is very good. And Python supports different programming backgrounds, so whether you prefer writing procedure code, object-oriented code, fundamental, Python has you covered. So let's talk about the application of Python. So regarding the application, what you can actually do with the Python, well, quite a lot. In web development, web development like Django, Flask, Python powers framework. This framework which is used to build website and web application. It is also a favorite language in the field of data science, thanks to library like Pandas and NumPy or TensorFlow. For data analyzing, this is for data analyzing, TensorFlow for machine learning and AI. You can use Python to automate tasks, create games, even build desktop application with artificial intelligence based on the graphical user interface, GUI. So another question, why is the Python popular? First, it has many community using that. There are tons of resources available for learning Python, and if you ever get stuck, chances are someone else has had the same problem and solved it before. So this is good. Python, is also incredibly flexible. So this is good. You can start with simple script and scale up to complex application. And finally, Python has fantastic documentation, which is especially helpful for beginner. So support for beginner and very nice documentation. So let's recap the Python first part. To sum up, Python is a powerful and easy language for beginner. Easy to learn programming language that perfect for who start in the first stage of programming. It is used in many different fields, and learning Python will give you a foundation to explore everything from web development to AI. So this is good, from web development to the AI. Whether you are interested in building your own project or pursuing a career in technology, Python is a great place to start. So really, Python is the best. So the first section very quickly finished. I created very nice view to know the value of the Python. So let's dive into the second part. In this section, we will explore the essential topic you'll be working on during the hands-on practice for the Python programming introduction. This practical exercise is designed to give you the foundation or fundamentals skill to navigate Python, manipulate data, understand its importance in AI and big data contents. So let's go inside. So to teach Python, I remind you the concept of program data structure, which from Nicholas Rich, divided data section and algorithm. And remind you the concept, very nice concept about the program enriched DIKW, we can call also O model or optimization, remember, but we simply call DIKW model, program enriched. So here you saw is a data. So in the Python also I will talk about the data structure part, which is dealing with the data part. And then algorithm part means try to use that data, do some analyzing, then we will touch to the AI. This is very nice view of teaching AI and big data. Many times I mentioned this is very unique technique to teaching which is never you saw any other place. So please, you should respect to this way of teaching and study very well. So even I am teaching the Python, I am using that way to explain about some code about the data and data structure in this way for data management. So simply, if simple data, we use the data type. When more data, we will talk about the data structure. So here, then many algorithm we will touch here. In algorithm part, in the Python, we will talk about the control structure like comparison, operator, functions, and methods, list, comprehensive, many expression handling. So all Python will be here. We will put here in the algorithm part. So let's start program data structure and algorithm in the Python. So for data structure part, we will consider, we call it data management, because one section would be data structure, one portion would be data type, and then algorithm implementation. So let's focus about the data structure in Python. So in the data management part, we data management two parts. Both means data type and data structure. Both are a critical concept part in the programming, help structuring data very well, efficiently. So one is the data type. What are the difference? This is the question which I ask. Both is the fundamental, right? Data type defined in, easily I could say data type fundamental unit, and they define nature of data and kinds of operation that can perform on it. Understanding data type like integer, float, string here is a crucial with a variable and manipulating value in Python. So if we make in the memory, we make only unique, for example, X, we put the data in a specific single type of memory, put some data. So put the data in the specific. This is, we call it data type. But when you have, you want to occupy many parts of memory, like list, you want to assign many data simultaneously. The assignment is little bit complex, and you organize multiple data items. And many some technique to communicate this memory occupied data, many data you occupy. So that is data structure. You may never heard about this, the difference between data structure, data type. Both is the data management, but this is for simple one like string, float, integer. But in data structure, refer to method to organize a complex of data, like list, directory, sets, tuple. This structure allow you to access and modify data efficiently. Series of data, making it easy to perform complex operation. But here is a simple operation in data type. So you understand data type and data structure in the same family. Both is the data. Okay, very great. let's talk about what's the data type. In this section, we are going to talk about one of the fundamental concepts, which is data type. So definition of the data type. Data types define what kind of data is stored in a variable and how it will be handled by program. This information is crucial for interpreter or compiler to properly process the data and ensure the operation you perform are valid. So you know about integer. This is like integer. This is the float. This is the string. A string is, this is the string. This is the boolean. Non-type, this data type represent the absence of a value. You use none, for example, for non-type. When you use none, when you want to indicate that a variable hold no value at the moment, this can be useful as a placeholder. So very good. Sometimes you need to inform that a variable hold no value. An important note which you need to consider, each data type comes with its own set of operations. For instance, you can perform mathematical operation on integer and float. But for a string, you will working with different method like slicing and concatenating together. So understand data type helps you write more accurate and flexible code. In Python, these data types form the foundation of how we work with the data, and understand them ensure that you handle your data efficiently. What is the data structure? As I mentioned you, data structure is a specialized way of storing series of data can be accessed, modified, and performed efficiently. Different data structures are used depending on type of operation and performance requirement of your program. Data structure itself is a course. You may already took this course, or you may take it later. This is itself is a course. So let's one by one shortly, even you not familiar. So list, tuple, dictionary, set. Remember, list is the order item. Tuple is the order. This is key value. So this is including some key and value. And this is on order. So which is important to know about this point. Regarding the dictionary also on order. And this is the mutable collection. This is immutable. Mutable can change it. So this is can change. This is immutable. And dictionary also mutable. Can change. And set is kind of for the set also is the mutable. So this is mutable. So that means when we set, we cannot change for immutable. For mutable, we can change. So here, you can see that this is the list. This is the order. Mutable collection means you can add, remove. Lists are great when you need a store sequence of value that you may want to modify later. For instance, you can append or remove item from a list, like 1, 2, 3, 4, you can remove this. Where you can dynamically during the program add more or remove more number. So this is the why we need the list. But tuple are also order. So here is the order, tuple is the order, right? So order. But they are immutable. You cannot change after assigning the value. Once you created the tuple, its value cannot be changed. Tuples are idle when you want to store a collection of value that should remain constant. Like person John is 25 years. Suddenly cannot be 70 years. So this is useful. Then you cannot use the list. Very easy. Okay, now dictionary. Dictionary also is a data structure for organized data. Dictionaries store data in the key value pair, where each key must be unique. This is particularly useful when you want to map a unique identifier to value. So some identifier to value, where each student has corresponding grade. So this is including key value. This is the value key. And grade is unique. So dictionary is unordered. You can change, right? And but dictionary is mutable. The grade for person to person can change. For one person, you give the one grade. After objection, the grade can change. So dictionary, that is good. What is the cell? Set. Sets are unordered. So there is no order of the unique element. They are useful when you want to store collection of items and ensure that no duplicate exists. So in the list, duplication is okay. You can add one more too, but here you cannot add. Both is mutable, list and set. Here is order, but here no order. But you cannot add two again. So this is unique when for some application you want to avoid for data redundancy. So let's talk about some similarity and some differences between data type and data structure. Is very useful slide we are going to talk. In abstract level and in the core programming in built-in view. In abstract level, both data type and data structure deal with how data is handled in Python. So both related to data, so similarity. Both is a representation of data. You know, in the physical world, here is a cyber world. When here is, for example, data of rain or data of crime, then you want to bring to the cyber world using the AI. So this means represent. Because data crime in the physical world is the present, here in the cyber world, we represent it. So that's called re. Re means again, we present it. And then we change, edit it, manipulate it. So both is in abstract level is same similarity. Core programming. Both are essential for storing, accessing, and manipulating data in the Python programming. So both is a building block for complex program. So you remember data types like integer, float, boolean, and data structure like list, tuple, dictionary, set. All is somehow building block for complex program. And also from the built-in, Python provide built-in support for both data type and data structure. Built-in means some already built inside some key. When you type int, Python understand data type. str means a string, means like name. int integer like number. By data structure like list or dictionary, built-in. So this is similarity. Great. So differences. So for the differences, let's from purpose. Data type describe kind of data. Data structure are formats for storing, organizing collection of data. This is because only unique, only one section in the memory, whether this is integer or not. But several integer collection. So purpose is a one differences. Complexity. Data type simple, atomic, unique. But data structure can be complex, composed of multiple data type. Wow. So you can consider data structure means several data types. Operation, like basic operation, arithmetic number, +2 + 2, 2 - 2 divide, or we will talk or multiplication. Data structure, advanced operation like searching, sorting, algorithm. So we will talk later more about this algorithm. Usage, data structure used to define individual element, right? But data structure organize multiple operation. Okay. So choosing between the data type and a structure, this is use basic data type for simple and atomic value. This is used when you organize multiple value. Consider efficiently and require operation when you selecting data structure. Okay, let's go for some data types and data structure in action. See in detail here, theoretically, understand, because when I'm going for hands-on exercise, no time to come to the slide. So here, deeply understand, then there quickly we will do. So data type, as I mentioned, either integer, float, string, boolean. You easily assign some value, or float, or a string, or data structure. Remember, and attention, and very carefully look at here. At the beginning, I need to emphasize that please pause and tell me what you feel from here, from the code. Can you tell me how can differentiate list, tuple, dictionary, and set? You need to tell me, right? You should tell me what are the differentiate between here. After pausing, okay. So you look at here, you see how it seems just name, but okay, I understand. List has, this is the bracket, but this is parentheses. This is the curly bracket. This is the curly bracket. So here easily you can understand that list is a bracket. And this, when you see the parenthesis, is a tuple. So is some keys and value. When you see curly bracket, then you can understand this is dictionary. And set is a curly bracket, some number. Very easy. So let's some key as a takeaways, summarizing our discussion here, and then touch little bit more, finish about that one we discussed. So data type is this number, and data structure this list. So understand crucial, and let's go for insight here. Easily you can see mutable, immutable, and dictionary, which I already mentioned, is the mutable, and this is already also mutable. So list, when you see the list, so understanding a list is very crucial. Let's focus to the list. So lists are the mutable, meaning that can be changed, right? Lists can hold element of different type, such as number and a string. Is not only number. And support indexing, sliding, and built-in method like append. So when you make a student, you can put a student name like this, because we said is a bracket. And then we will do in the practically, we will do some practical. Just I want to theoretical related lab lecture, Append, simply, there is not a name like Diana to add here. When you append means add. When you print means you are outputting. A student means your data structure name, list. When you output is this one plus 1. And since it is the order, will be add here. If you add one more here, so because list is the order. Mutable means you can change, add. So here, this, when you make a list, this is the indexing. This level, this cell is a 0. Not a start from 1. This is a 0. This is a 1. This is 2. So when we say, please give me a student indexing 0. So is the Alice. Give me 3. 0, 1, 2, no 3, error. If I tell a student 1, this will become Bob. If I tell a slicing list, remember a slicing list means a student from a 1 to 3, 1 and 3. So this is come 1, and for the, so here you see that when we say cut it from 1 to 3, if you go to previous slide, this is as I told you 0, 1, 2, 3. So if this is the case, when I say in that code that 1, 2, 3, you need to do a slicing, usually done until 3, means from 1 start, 1 included, including the bob, include 2, not include 3, by beginning of 3. So only choose these 2. I want to choose these 3. Then what you need to do, in the list you need to put 1 until 4. If you put the 4, it will be including Diana. This is very nice point. Okay. So here, that's why I selected 2. Here, we are going to modify number 2. It was, you may remember, number 2, it was Charlie, right? 0 was Alice, 1 was Bob, number 2 was Charlie. So when you can modify, because this is immutable, if number 2 will replace by Charlie. Okay. Let's understand the tuple. So tuple is another important, operator for us when we going to learn about the tuple. As you can see, parentheses, which is very important and useful for us. And you may remember, we already mentioned that tuple is immutable and order. Immutable and order. But that it cannot be changed after assign. So it cannot be changed. So when you said 0 means indexing 0, the output is this. Accessing, when you say 1, means this number. Immutability, if you try to change the value of this number 0, 1 index, you try to change, assign new number, error will be raised. Especially tuple is good for coordinate, because coordinate of one position, coordinate of Seoul City is a fix. So tuple is a good to keep those fixed information and one-time assign. Dictionary, it is curly bracket. Dictionary is mutable, you can change it. Unorder, there is no order. So you can see adding or modify possible. For instance, you wanna, there is no Diana, you can add Diana or Diana to this number, you can add to this one, or you wanna remove Charlie, remove. You wanna access to Bob, for example, grades, you can easily use Bob. Then the value come. Print means you get the output. So regarding the set, Set is the mutable, means can change. It is unordered element. So this is the what you need to consider about the is a curly bracket number. So easily you can add, you can remove. So you can remove the number. So add 6, as we mentioned, that set is unordered and mutable. So when you add 6 come here, because set is unordered. And 2 remove. So 2 remove from here. This is the result. Okay, let's recap or everything here. You can see mutable, immutable, mutable, and mutable. Unordered. So for example, this is the immutable, this all is mutable. Unordered, and this is the order. So in terms of the order, list and tuples similar. Unordered, dictionary and set, but mostly mutable, but this is immutable. Remember. So I think this is enough for section part 1 of the Python, which we talk about the data structure and data type and basic concept of the Python. In the LABLect2 part 2, I will continue for algorithm part.